Welcome to the Back to Me podcast, where we help multicultural incoming freshman women and men manage their entire college experience throughout post-graduation to successfully transition into entrepreneurship and corporate workspaces as new hires.
Back to me. Oh, I turned it around. I'm back to me. I finally figured it out. I'm back to me. So when you think you have nothing, back to me. I go back to me. Yeah, I'm back to me.
The holidays are here and it's time to check in. How are you protecting your peace? What healthy boundaries have you put in place? Have you even established boundaries that protect your light and the special being that you are? While your time is mostly consumed by your academics and your social relationships, your inner peace deserves to be your top priority. You're on the brink of accomplishing some pretty major goals in your life, and you're going to need to be able to rely on your sense of peace. So this month, I thought about 5 impactful ways to protect your peace by minimizing your stress during the holidays and recognizing healthy relationships and behaviors that will benefit you throughout your life beyond your college experience. At this time of year, many of you are preparing for winter finals and deciding whether you will be heading home for the winter break. Some of you may or may not be returning home for various reasons. You could be looking forward to reuniting with your loved ones, or you could be finding solace in being away from stressful encounters with those loved ones. And then there's those of you that have chosen to seek out holiday employment opportunities in order to stay afloat and maintain your financial obligations. Yes, regardless of your circumstance, the holidays should be a time of reflection with some well-deserved relaxation mixed in. Overextending yourself will not help your mental and emotional well-being. In fact, it just may add to your stress level and exhaust you of giving yourself the time and space you need in order to be productive in all areas of your life. So let's dive into these 5 tips and start thinking about how you plan to protect your peace. Number 1, set and share your boundaries up front. Some of you may have never really thought about the importance of setting up boundaries in your life. It certainly took me a while to realize their importance, so I understand if this is a new concept for some of you. You may have heard the language before, but have you really attempted to put it into practice? When you think about your boundaries, you should really think about your value system. What attributes or behaviors from others represent integrity to you? Do you share the same belief system with the people around you? If so, do they recognize your need for space and time alone, or the opportunity to vent and express yourself? Or do they force their opinions on you instead of listening to your point of view? There's always a difference between being influenced or being controlled by another person. So do the people around you try to control you? If so, you're in desperate need of some boundaries, my friend. Take some time out to really think about what peace looks like to you. How can you communicate that to other people in your life? What type of person are you? Are you spontaneous, introverted, extroverted, or all of the above at different times? Do you simply expect others to know how you feel, or do you actually take the time to share with others how you feel in any given situation? Do you get nervous about the thought of sharing how you feel because you worry about how you'll be perceived? If there's one thing this life has taught me, you will be taken advantage of if you don't know how to advocate for yourself. So consider some of these questions I posed to you. Replay this specific tip and jot down your responses. As you respond, you'll begin to notice how much or how little you value the importance of setting clear boundaries in your life. Once your boundaries become clear, you'll be able to communicate them without fear or hesitation. The sooner you express them, the more prepared you'll be to practice them in various situations. Number 2, place value on your time. Time is truly one of the most precious things we have. How you spend it and who you spend it with will determine how peace-filled your life will be. Throughout our day, we have many obligations that require our time. But many of those obligations are tied to our goals and desires for a better future. So investing in those obligations should not be a chore, but an opportunity to move one step closer to achieving the life you want. Balancing your time is the real challenge. With only so many hours in a day, managing your time has to become a skill worth developing. You have goals, but do you have the energy to make sure those goals happen? How do you prioritize your day? Do you wake up with your personal well-being on the agenda? Or does that final "you need to pass" take precedence and occupy all corners of your mind, preventing you from getting the mental and physical fuel you need to make it through the day? Your brain and your body need time on your schedule. If your class is early in the morning, you really should consider waking up an hour earlier than you normally would, just to affirm yourself, to show gratitude for being alive, and to at least stretch your body to activate that temple of power so that you can go out into the world and be productive. When you have time to relax in between your obligations, what are you filling your time with? Are you mindlessly scrolling through social media? Sure, it has its place. Practically everyone and every business uses it, and therefore it allows you to keep up with what's current. But there are more hot topics of just pure gossip than there is productive content most of the time. So why not use that time to fill yourself up with a great audiobook? Or scroll through Netflix to find a cool documentary on someone who has led or is leading a successful life, so that you can grab tips on how to be more productive with your life. I just watched Tyler Perry's Maxine's Baby on Netflix with my mom, and it was so good. So informative, inspirational, and just honorable on so many levels. I encourage you to check out just how this man manages to live his life with the time he has in just one day. It blows your mind. Number 3, vet your circle of influence. Everyone loves a good group of friends. A good group of reliable friends is even better. When's the last time you checked your circle? Can you honestly say you trust everybody in it? If not, it's time to take inventory. As someone who is trying to protect their peace, it is crucial that you notice around you who is also trying to protect their peace. If you're one of few in your circle with this goal, it's time to reassess who's going to remain in your circle of influence. Now, peer pressure is a real thing, but when it comes to building and creating a life you can be proud of, you want to be surrounded by people who not only support you, but people who want to help preserve your mental stability and your peace of mind. People that want to see you happy tend to be happy themselves. So if hurt people, make sure your circle is healthy. Real friends, and often even lifelong friends, celebrate each other. If competition exists, it is healthy, fun, banter that encourages you to be your best. This encouragement should not cause you to doubt yourself. If anything, it should challenge you to push yourself one step further. This is what the people in my circle of influence do for me. They push me. My circle pushed me in college, and my current circle pushes me now. So your circle or tribe will be a very important part of your success journey. Trust me. If you look around you and it's hard to find someone who is cheering you on, then remove yourself from that circle as soon as possible. You've landed in the wrong tribe, and they can no longer serve your best interest. You're not being pushed nor motivated, so get out. Your future self will thank you. Number 4, become your own best friend. Beyonce tried to tell folks years ago in her song, Me, Myself, and I, and she's still telling folks that you won't break her soul. So I think it's vital to protect your peace by making sure you are your own best friend in the end. Now, although your circle of influence is vital, the relationship you have with yourself is mandatory. So the next time someone tells you you're being selfish because you're looking out for your own best interests, encourage them to look out for themselves as well, because clearly they are lacking in the self-love department. Oftentimes, you can only be an example of how to properly treat you by the way you treat yourself. So put yourself first at all times. The flight attendant on the airplane will tell you the same thing when he or she asks you to mask up in an emergency before you help a single soul. So mask up first, and then you'll be able to help other people. The sooner you learn to be your own best friend, the sooner you'll be a better friend, a better dating partner, or even a better family member to others. But the journey must start with you first. So what self-soothing techniques do you have in your arsenal when no one is available? One of my favorite techniques is placing my left hand on my heart and my right hand on my belly. When I'm anxious or upset, I connect immediately to my heart. I feel compassion for myself. And as my belly rises, I am reminded that I am still breathing, and this too shall pass. And 100% of the time, the stress, the anger, the frustration, it just subsides and it passes. That's what I do. But you may enjoy a warm bath, soothing music, or a nice walk outdoors. Whatever it is, find your ways to self-soothe and be your own best friend. Remember, it's mandatory. And finally, number 5, maintain a spirit of empathy. Now, this one will be an ongoing process for the rest of your life. There is so much hate and pain in the world that your spirit of empathy is what you'll need to survive it all. Understanding it will be difficult, but empathizing will further develop your ability to show compassion for the difficult people you come across. Everyone has a story, and oftentimes it's best to step back, take a breath, and consider the pain or insecurity that person may be feeling. There is definitely no excuse for their behavior, but you have an opportunity to take care of yourself by enforcing your boundary and disengaging without judgment. If the person is open to suggestion, you can offer your opinion, your advice, or even a resource that may be more helpful than what you have to offer. The goal is to protect your peace at all costs and allow the person space to discover and do the same for themselves. Now, inspirational speaker and spiritual teacher Iyanla Vanzant often said on her former TV show, Fix My Life, that every individual needs to do their own work. So recognize when someone may need to simply do their own work. Miss Vanzant has written countless books on this subject, and one of my favorites is the one titled Peace from Broken Pieces. I'll be sure to leave a link for you to check it out in the episode notes. It helped me find my peace, and now I can't afford to let it go. I wish this very thing for you. There you have it. 5 ways to protect your peace this holiday season, and hopefully throughout your life. It is my goal to empower you and give you as many tools as I can to help prepare you for your journey. Life is so sweet, even though it can taste quite bitter at times. But it's up to you to claim your bit of happiness every day. Protect your peace along the way as best you can, and you'll achieve the desires of your heart. It has always been a desire of mine to nurture the souls of others because so many have nurtured me. It is my hope that you will learn how to nurture you so that you too can nurture other people. Paying it forward, it's the sweetest gift you can offer and the best way to honor those who have paved the way for you. So find your peace and leave your mark. If you're listening for the first time and you're not familiar with me or our podcast, please go to our website for more information to listen to our previous episodes. Learning from our experts will save you some time and help you build a strong future you can be proud of. As always, thank you to those who continue to support our podcast. We are so grateful for you, your support, and your suggestions for new topics. So tune in next month, and we'll discuss the value in staying the course, regardless of life's interruptions. I will have more tips to help bring you closer to achieving your goals, so stay tuned. And for my final words of encouragement, I challenge you to establish and communicate one of your boundaries with someone who may be violating it and doesn't even know it. Inform them with kindness, check for understanding, and keep pressing on. Peace is on the way. Blessings. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to practice your boundaries, place value on your time so that you can ultimately protect your peace. For more information about other episodes, remember to subscribe to the Back to Me podcast, College and Beyond. I'm your host, Yoli Tamu. Leave a review at the end of this podcast, and if you would like to learn more about other special events, join the Back to Me podcast Facebook group, or simply text Back to Me to 833-206-4565. Until next time, be well.
Back to